Welcome back to yet another episode. So, I know the holidays keep everybody busy, so I really do appreciate you taking the time to stop by and view my content. I do appreciate it. If you have not already subscribed, please do. It always helps out. The algorithm loves it. It's hungry. It doesn't eat turkey, it eats info from users like you. So, anyway, enough of that. This is a tough day for me. Very tough day. Reason being is my beloved Pentax K30 that has served me incredibly well over the years. If you can see, it's in absolute pristine condition, and I've had this for eons. It's way more than paid for itself from when I was shooting elite nightclubs in downtown Toronto, when I was a premium photographer for Auto Trader Corporation, uh, contracted by another commercial and editorial automotive photography company. This has always been my absolute monster workhorse. It's never let me down until a couple of years ago. So it seems that once I got the K3 and then I got the K3 Mark III, this thing was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I give up. So it developed an autofocus issue where it would no longer focus in viewfinder mode. I did all the things. I cleaned the sensor. I investigated. I looked at a whole bunch of different things and possibilities and how to fix it. And I tried everything. No matter what, it would not focus using the phase detect autofocus sensors under the mirror box. So it was a live view only camera. Then it also developed the aperture control block issue. So that's two compounding issues that pretty much just got to a point of, you know what, I already have a K3. I've got the K3 Mark III. I do love this camera, but it ain't working right. So yeah, so I was looking for a replacement for this. And I found one. So with that in mind, it is time to say goodbye. It's gone. So what did I find as a replacement for my beloved K30? It is another Pentax K. Let's find out what it is. I'm sure some of you already know, but let's just have fun with this for people who don't know. I'm going to show you right now. Yes, I have picked up a Pentax KP. That is right. I have finally bit the bullet. I have actually wanted a KP for quite a while now, and I finally have one. It was a toss-up between a K70, or KF actually, and KP, but I got a really good deal on this almost 100 billion% perfect condition KP with less than 8,000 shutter count. So it was a steal. I had to say yes. So this is what I have now, and I'm going to go over my 24-hour experience, preliminary things in regards to what I've noticed. Because there are some things that I did notice right off the bat. Some surprises, actually. I was surprised at the menu. I know it's the older style of menu, but it's ramped up a little bit. It's actually pretty much mirrors the K1, K1 II as far as research that I've been able to find. I don't have a K1 or K1 Mark II, but it is based on the KS series of cameras, and it's got little animations in it, which really, really look nice. Now, first things first, while I was recording video, the battery died on the KP. So yeah, the battery life really isn't that great. It's well known that it's not that great, but holy smokes, is it really not good. Uh, I think the camera has so much more processing inside. It's just drawing a lot of power out of the batteries, and they really should have used the DLI 90 series batteries from the K3, K3 Mark III, K1. They should have used that because it's a much higher capacity battery than the DLI 109 battery from the KS series, K30, K50, yeah, K70, KF. Yeah, this is a much more powerful camera. So I don't know why they decided to do it that way, but that's what they did. Now, moving on to other things. So I'm using the largest grip that is available for the KP. And I have seen people mention, oh, the grip is really tiny, it just doesn't feel good. I do get it. I do understand. I mean, it's not nearly as deep a grip as is on the K3 or K3 Mark III, right? And especially if you're coming from a K1, this is going to feel absolutely tiny no matter what. However, in regards to the form factor and the size and the shape of the grip, it's not, I actually am pleasantly surprised. It is a very nice feeling grip, both the outside and all around to the inside. Everything is rubber, everything. And your finger rests right over the front dial here, right? So you're not having to stretch up. They really thought this through. The autofocus button for the back, the auto exposure lock / AF button right here, rests right where your thumb would be. Like, it's just a natural placement, and it has a nice knurled edge right here that just comfortably keeps your thumb in place. And you're right beside the green button. Autofocus is right at the top of your thumb, right? So, I mean, the controls are all readily available. Now, what I was mentioning in regards to the menu, let me show you that. So in regards to the menu, look at the very top here, the very, very top, as I scroll across all the different settings, there's a very slight, brief, quick animation. And the way it transitions from screen to screen. It is very well done. It is very nice. I do like that. Let's see, let's get to a selection here. So yeah, there is, the menu is slightly animated. It is nice. It's different than the more static style of the K3, K3 Mark III, that kind of thing. So yeah, see, battery depleted. I wasn't lying. Now, in regards to the mode dial, one thing I was a little surprised and thrown off about is this right up here. You can see it stands up just a tiny, 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 tiny bit there. The circle in the middle. That is a button. Now, there is no way to lock the mode dial. There's no way to lock or unlock it, so you can't just turn it. You always have to press this down, and then you can turn the mode dial. All right, so yeah, I was a little surprised about that. The other thing I was surprised about is their implementation of HDMI, or I should say video out. It's a USB port, just in the side there. It's a little difficult to see, but it's a USB slim port. I got an adapter and it's not working, so I'm gonna have to revisit that and try to figure out what the deal is with that. Now, the other thing, which I wish I could show, but I can't because battery depleted. Oh, no, not yet, is the shutter. This has the nicest shutter sound of any Pentax camera. It's just so nicely damped. And it just has this nice sound, right? It's not a loud clack. Even the K3 Mark III has a much louder sound than the KP. And I noticed the write times are fairly slow, and image sync is excruciatingly slow compared to the K3 Mark III. I will go over that in another video, but overall, the balancing of this camera with the compact size, it's really, really nice. It is really, really nice. I really do like the feel of this camera. I like the compact size, just where all the controls just immediately fall right to hand. You know, the menu animation thing, little subtle things, despite the fact that I don't like that mode dial thing where you can't just unlock it. But it's going to take me some time to get used to this, just based on the smart function being different. It's more like the K1 Mark II. I'm used to the K3 Mark III with the implementation of just a smart function button, and then you just have your pre-programmed parameters, but this obviously works differently. But I am going to be doing some deep dive content on the Pentax KP, so stay tuned. I wanted to give my preliminary after 24 hours of having this camera, my thoughts and things that I've seen and noticed. Yeah, the other, yes, the other thing, the custom user settings. They are well done, very well done. The custom user modes, when you get to them, so at the top of the screen there, right? Every mode tells you what it is at the very, very top as you scroll through. And same as what now the K3 Mark III can do is with these user modes, you can name them and save them, right? So yeah, that's a nice plus. But it's interesting, like every single one of these, it shows up at the top of the screen. So why couldn't they do that with the K3 Mark III? That's a very good question, Kobe. I'm glad you brought that up, even though you're never going to get an answer. Oh, and the other thing too, so when you're looking at a image on the K3 and the K30 is, sorry, K3, yeah, I believe the K30 and the K3 Mark III, you can press two buttons together, and when you're zoomed in, it should scroll diagonally, but this does not do that. You can only scroll up, down, or across. You cannot do a diagonal scroll. So that was a surprise. The other thing too is the zoom in. If you look down here, the zoom in, I'm at 5.6, 8, 11, 16. It does not say when you're at 100%. So you have to kind of guess, right? So that was another thing I found very surprising. So when you're going to review images, it'll be difficult for you to know exactly when you're at 100%, so you can clearly look at the sharpness and in focus area of your image, right? You just have to keep scrolling and scrolling, and then you end up with the issue of the resolution outmatching the screen, right? So it may look blurry on the screen, but it's in fact not blurry. It's just you're getting little jaggies from the JPEG preview and you're zoomed in too far, right? So it would have been nice if they had implemented a quick zoom to 100% like they have with the K3, K3.2, K1, K1.2, and I believe they actually did have that with the K30 as well and K50. And I'm sure they have it with the K70 and KF as well as the K3 Mark III. But that was an interesting lack of a feature. But those are my preliminary things. Overall, this is a really nice camera. Just really have to pay attention to the battery life. Someone suggested getting the battery grip for this. I looked at the price and holy smokes, it's almost what I paid for this. So that's going to be tough to justify, but it may be worth it in the end because then I can use my K33 batteries in the grip and get exponential amount of extra time shooting. So I am going to look at that maybe down the road, but first things first, got to dive into this bad boy and walk y'all through all of the things. So again, thanks for subscribing if you have, and thanks for taking the time out of your holiday season to show up at my channel. Not much time left until the end of the year, so I gotta come up with some stuff to post. As someone said, Pentax hasn't released anything, and we're running out of steam. I'm going on fumes to the point that I threw away another camera to bring more content. Come on, Pentax, give us something. All right, I'll catch you all on the next video. I'm out.